Hello. So do I hit the live? Trying to make a habit with this. So let's go to the live. I like to pull up the chat here. That's all I have to see. Once it loads up, I'm gonna have to see the microphones are working. That way, you guys can hear me. Yeah, it's actually working. About the runner of the map too. Would you be willing to fill me in on a few of the details? Let's see. Let's see where I am at here. Okay. I finally found where I was looking for in the walkthrough here. And I saw either after this or after dinner time, I'm gonna record for tomorrow. At the moment, I'm gonna see if I could actually share the screen. Share the screen. The other guys who showed up, Agent Ling and I, took ourselves off their duty. And put ourselves in charge of directing things at this time thing. Taking advantage of the chaos. The Mac 2 he broke into this embassy. Probably to steal some treasure or another. I suppose he lost his life when he was forced to fight someone else in this room. I guess so. Why exactly was that man placed in arrest, detective? That samurai? He was born looking suspicious, but not for the reason used as fit, I assure you. As you can plainly see, he's completely harmless. Well, it was just a random guess. It's not like he's actually under arrest. Tonight here at the police embassy, Ambassador Alba was given a commemorative speech. That's when the Yagursu showed. But keep in mind, the Yamagursu isn't who I'm talking about right now. These seats for the guests who had been told to sit in them were empty. No show? Who was it that failed to take their seat? They're still samurai. Until the speech was to begin, each member of the entire Steel Samurai family was to wait in a separate room. However, for some weird reason, that man was spotted in a different location than his assigned room at the time. Really? And then where was he? He was on the roof with one of his legs down a chimney. Damn it, man! Damn it, Larry! Why are you about to do that, Larry? And that chimney leads directly into this room. Larry Butts, you really outdone yourself this time. What were you thinking? That's exactly what I was thinking. Damn it, Larry. In any case, I believe it's high time for me to start my investigation. So I guess I have to investigate. And finish posting them live. Sure. The knife rack. I'll examine this. Man, Francisca's so short. She's so tiny. There are some weapons on display on this wall. A crossbow and then that. A set of knives bearing a flower motif. Why do I have a feeling one of those knives has the butterfly? It was the counterpart to the Papaly's knives. I mean that the blades inside these scarabs should match the blade that was used to kill Mr. Children. And what recipe I expected every suspicious duck and contrary. Alright, let's see what we have to do. Now it's adorned with flowers are on display here. But these are the counter first, but that's probably nice. One knife is missing. It's blade. Let's see if two pieces of the blade and the handle fit each other. Now let's see. Up, matches perfectly. They fit together quite well, almost seamlessly. Then that means that an albanese knife did find its way into Pavel. But how? Someone snuck it in there. Your hands and nostril, I totally fell for Lily. It's sleek and shiny, just like my heart. You tell me that, you're like, whoosh! Then you hold it and you just want to live like a bam. You do well to watch what you say, Larry. Although it is just Larry says, the spear is quite the symbol of valor. Speaking of spears, aren't you supposed to be using them by thrusting the point straight into your opponent? I'm not entirely convinced the spear is up to the task. Why is the right part of the spear look bent? What's wrong, Edgy? You're just staring off in the distance. Well, I get it. Tell you what, I'll tell the studio to make you one, okay? But this one's mine. Did I say anything about wanting one? Man, I show him a piece of evidence. Well, that will point something out to the spear. Is this somehow connected to the end of the evidence I hold? This. Larry about the spear. Oh, are you feeling it? Bam! I thought there was something strange about the spear. Tell me, Larry, is it just me or the spear a bit bent? What? No way! Exactly as it should be, yo! I have here an autograph that you wrote for me earlier. Now take a good look at this photo you drew with your own hands. You can see that the spear is directly of a different shape. That's exactly what I was saying. It was a little bent to me. Yeah. What do you have to say to that? I'm sorry! When I hold the spear in my hands, all of a sudden I feel super powerful. And then during practice, I was spinning around and around. Bam! It hit the wall. This is an embassy. I've always been like that, ever since I was a kid. You been a doofus? One time on an overnight field trip, I bought a fake sword and played with it late that night. That is useless. Hot-blooded man. Larry, clarify that for me, will you? Okay, so it was some field trip, and I began shadow fighting with myself. Not that. I meant what you said earlier about spinning the spear and hitting the wall. Oh, that. It's not big. It's not like I left a hole or anything. That's not why I'm asking, Larry. The samurai spear is made of metal. I somehow doubt a move as simple as spinning it would cause it to bend. Man, Edgy, you're so naive. What? Where's that come from? Well, you keep telling the samurai spear, but it's not real. Can't fight someone with it. Because it's hollow on the inside. You can hit it and practically anything and it will bend. Is that so? Don't tell me you thought it was real. Oh, but don't take it the wrong way, I just think that part of your personality is cute. I say your friendship is truly something special, Bells Edward. Ah, that's not a friendship, it's utter humiliation. Organizer, now it's not done the victim. Okay, let's look at this guy, the guy on the floor. So this is the victim, the mask too. What's with this gaudy outfit? We don't know. about Matt the Mask. A few months ago, this thief had the lost of habit on the populace. So this thief is separate from Yatagarasu? I thought they were for a while, because their MO and targets were different. The mask tags high-value trinkets and jewels, and Benghazi is his signature. Them shoes in charge for the investigation, so he know more about the mask. So that's alright. I probably hear all I probably hear are tales of his failure anyway. You haven't changed a bit, I say. In any case, let's get started here, shall we? Let's look at their head here. I thought that the mask had quite fit the business. This guy, he's just a copycat using the name. Funny, says Hefter. He's just another petty thief. His real identity is an elf guy by the name of Cashino. He's 29 and wanted on larceny charges. From his clothes and what he was carrying, we determined that this guy is the real Damasu. The cause of death appeared to be the loss of blood from the back of his head. It seemed that he was struck with something very hard. In other words, he was bludgeoned to death. Now let's see about the orange paper. What is he holding? It looks like a piece of paper from a notepad. It would appear the directions then how to reach this room were written by hand. There's something written on the back as well. I'd like you to steal the preeminent statue in his room. What's that supposed to mean? Who writes a note to themselves like that? If I had to guess from the text, I would say that this actually a request from someone that was about what to steal. Guess who in the person who requested the theft of the preeminent statue? Yeah. The word. So this is the murder weapon in this case. There's blood on the blade. It's a rather sweeping sword, isn't it? What do you expect? That's still Samurai Daddy's secondary weapon. I only call it his secondary because although he uses his sword in most of his battles, it's his trusty samurai spirit that turned to in a real fight. You sure know quite a bit about the Steel Samurai. That's only because I saw the stage show earlier. The owner of the sword is the Steel Samurai, or in other words, Larry. I should probably ask him about it, as determinal mental as it is to prove him innocent. Okay. Gonna have to talk to Larry. Okay, doofus. Yeah, doofus. I gotta ask you some questions. Hey, how about that? I got a few things I gotta ask you too. What is it? It's like, both you and him. How is it that the two of you always manage to have some cute or hot girl by your side? And Brandy, what about that promise you made to me? Promise? What promise? The one where you said you would model for my next book, Fancy's Whoopity Whoop trip. Ah! I made no such promise. That's true, she never did. Ever since grade school, we had a certain saying about Larry. When something's spelled, it's usually a plus. And when it smells bad, it's always him. It goes the whole way around the back of Larry. One needs to look no further than this man to find the king of troublemakers. As I recall, aren't you calling yourself Larice Dunmimo? Yes, Dunmimo. Larice Dunmimo. Get that straight in your head, Edgy. Oh. Now remember, you're that rude tail imitation of a real artist. No, you got it all wrong. I gave up on that whole Larice business. Besides, when Bangelina and left me in my hurt pieces. And that's when Mindy walked into my life. She's been so good to me that I wanted to help her in some way. And I figured I should do the Skill Samurai outfit. Your inane blathering makes less and less sense each time we meet. I believe he's saying that he picked up this part-time job as the Skill Samurai so that he can attempt to capture the heart of the actor who played the Pink Princess. You got it. I knew you knew that. Know why I meant edgy? Not really. It's not much as I understood. But simple deduction based on your usual modus operandi. Larry, we all know how you work, Larry. You try to do something to press a girl. Larry, I'd like you to confess right now to everything you did tonight. Beth, hey, don't tell me you suspect me too. Nonsense. I don't believe you have the mental audacity needed to plan and execute a murder. However, we're talking about you here, so I find it hard to believe that nothing happened. For past experience, it has taught me that you are always at the center of some insane event. Edgy, how can you be so mean, stabbing me with your words like that? Unfortunately, I don't have time to search out a key to unlock your heart this time. So I suggest that you cooperate and tell me what you know. Yeah, come on. Come on, Larry, you gotta tell us. Okay, I get it. Stop Frenzy from whooping me from behind. So I guess you know what I did, right? Edgy? I can't even begin to imagine, however. I imagine that whatever you were up to was probably beyond my imagination. So you will tell me exactly what you did, Larry? Nope, not yet, Edgy. I'll take more than that to loosen my lips. No, a lot more. Confess. Now. Oh no. Okay, well, I was up on the roof. And why exactly we're out there? Oh, you know, that wintry custom and the legendary hero? Legendary? Hero? Santa Claus! Santa Claus? I wanted to do that thing he does, so I climbed up into one of the chimneys. But when I got here, there was smoke pouring out the chimney. And... well, I can't go down the chimney with smoke coming up, right? So I gave up. Larry, you do realize that Santa Claus does not exist, right? Of course I know. I did graduate from junior high, you know. What did that have to do anything to do with Santa Claus? What does that have to do with what does junior have to do with Santa? That you should also understand this. If Santa was real, he would be the biggest unlawful trespasser in history. Oh, crud. It is your attempt to imitate Santa that has landed you as prime suspect of this murder. Oh, come on, man. What's so wrong with pretending to be Santa?
Objection!
Let's start with the fact that it will be the Ides of March in a matter of hours. Santa only visits homes in December 24th. That's in December, you nitwit! No! Hey, wait a second, you're not in tort. Larry, about the samurai sword that was used as the murder weapon. Oh, that. Why, I shook hands with the ambassador in his room, you know? Yes, apparently did. And well, I totally forgot about it and left behind when I left out the word. You want to talk about shock? I was the most shocked of all when I heard it killed someone. Ah, shocked! Foolish fool looking, especially foolish for foolish stating such a foolish excuse. You forgot to take something that big with you? Who would believe such a tale?
Hold it!
Sorry, Miss Bunkama, but I believe him. Because if anyone could forget something like that, it would be Larry. Edgy, you believe me? I just knew our friendship would be something special. Anyway, even if Harry had simply forgotten the sword I left behind, that in no way clears his name, which means I will have to prove his innocence from a different angle. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to examine the small table. Okay, here it is. Person shaking hands with the steel samurai. In this picture, the bastard Alba. It was taken just before the murder. The steel samurai must be very popular. They're even using the national treasure as the backdrop. I just don't understand what exactly is so great about Top Knot there. Clearly it's a depth to show that a young person like you can't fathom. Speaking of young people, aren't you young children the target audience of the show of costume actors? Okay, let's see what else I have to look at the statue next. There was that same statue sitting in that family's office we examined. It's a preeminent statue. It was the natural treasure of the Principality of Tobia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Alphadas and Babel claim to have the real thing. What a terribly childish fight to have. That's true. Look at the photo and tell me what you find odd about this scene, Miss Von Karma. The parent joy, the ambassador's face as he shakes the Top-Knot's hand. That's not it. I was trying to point out that statue in this photo is facing a different way. You're right. This statue is a national treasure. As such, only ambassador or a secretary that level of person is allowed to handle it. The fact that the statue is facing one way in this photo, and now it's facing a different direction in this preserved crime scene. It proved that someone touched the statue around the time of the crime. Okay, let's look at the window. Go with the window here. Two gorgeous flowers are in bloom here. But they're missing two more. I'm sure flowers as lovely as these may have an equally lovely name. Mouse Edward, are you done staring? I should really think passion flowers are all that rare. Passion flowers? That's a rather unusual name. It was named by priests in the 15th century for the Passion of Christ. As they say, you learn something new every day. Franziska is so smart. I get that wrapped up my investigation. Nuts. Yo, Pink Princess, how you feeling? Still feeling ill? And yet another strange character comes out of the woodwork. And so the Pink Princess also come to play in Appalachian Embassy a visit. I believe I made it to speak with her as well. Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. Pink Princess, if you would please. Oh God! This would be what they call fate. How could this happen in 2 days in a row? What? Aren't you Mr. Oldman? Why are you surprised? Ah, so you're the one that got to play the Steel Samurai. It's too bad I didn't realize that until now. You are coincidence with Larry? Why, yes, we worked at the same company for a little while, you know. That's why it's okay, my edgy poo. You don't need to be jealous. I'm not jealous. Why would I be jealous? I was in the next room, you know, trying to get in some beauty sleep. But it was so noisy here, so I couldn't fall asleep, so I came over to the plane. So imagine my shock when I saw my precious edgy poo waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that you could ever come to a show like this? I guess I misjudged you, edgy poo. You misjudged him? I thought you were trying to avoid me, you know? That was misjudgment on your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do. But it looks like the winds have shifted, and now he's willing to be chased after. I'm simply overwhelmed. He's too young for you, lady. Don't you worry, Itchy Poo. I'll chase you forever to the end of the earth. Are you sure you're still gonna be around by the time that happens? Isn't that peachy? This is just one of those rare times when Francisca and I actually see eye to eye. Now then, what are you doing here? I thought you were working at Gatewater Land at the Pink Badger. What are you talking about? That was ages ago. That was yesterday. Don't tell me you quit yesterday. Look, I worked at Global Studios before a long time ago, right? Well, they called me up this morning kind of out of the blue, actually. They called you? Apparently, the girl who played the Pink Princess left from a bad cold. It happened so suddenly they called me in to be her last-minute replacement. Do they not have enough people and staff at that studio? Yeah, that's the point. Like, don't they have enough people there? I really couldn't say no, so here I am playing the role of the heroine. Instead of that mini girl, I mean. But the poor girl, I felt bad for her. Because they let me stand in for her, she's going to have a terrible time when she was God! Talking so fast! Lady! Stop! They're just a bunch of simpletons. You're a rather lively old lady. So basically you received the stand-in request this morning, correct? You got it. If you need to see it, I got it right here. Look. It appears that she is telling the truth. See, I've got to be home until like dinner's ready. I don't know what time I'm gonna have dinner, but excuse me. I eventually will get off by the time dinner's ready. Yes, tears of laughter as I recall. But being famous has a problem too, you know. Here, take a look at this. It's a letter from the stalker. Oh, taking my break when I found a step under the door to my room. Honestly, you really have to watch out for these kind of things. Look at what it says. Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving night. How absolutely revolting. Look at her, she's doing it with trying to do that with... She's doing it with Edgeworth. I mean, you think you could get my name right. There's no accent in my name. Wait, this horrible handwriting. Where have I seen this before? But now you're here, and you feel I feel 100% safe. Where do I factor in this? You bust that evil stalker man for my sake, wouldn't you, Anchi-Poo? Well, if you allow me the liberty to handle this in my own way, I'll be glad to dispatch a detective to your house later. Come on, Anchi-Poo, stop being so dismissive and plain hard to get. Good time of the murder. What are you doing at the time of the crime? What crime? What? After the show was over, I had nothing but free time on my hands. I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bad hip warm. While murder occurred in the room next door to yours. Is that right? Oh, Edgy Poo, I'm so scared. Hold me, correct me.
Hold it!
If you could please not cling to my personage. In any case, I take it then that you failed to show up at Ambassador Alba's speech? No. Oh, that I didn't. No, I didn't go. I mean, I may have a heart of a young, tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at times. Soon as the show ended, my hips started acting up and got stiff, so I can't move at all. Can you provide proof of your condition? Oh, you just go ahead and ask the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carry me from the theater all the way to this embassy. I have to admit, the thought of her not being able to leave that room was rather pleasant. That it was rather pleasant. For us to cheer Bontama, you have brought the police dog as you requested. Aww. Good work, you may leave now. This dog. I requested a visit of a dog in a search for the Yagarsu. Looks like he does have some pretty bright dogs in this country too. Aww. Hey, you're a real cutie, aren't you? Yeah, that's a good boy. That's the police dog Gumshoe's been taken care of. I think his name is Missile. What a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out in front and attacks. That action alone isn't exactly what's gonna solve the case for us, you know. Now, Missile, I want you to find some clues. Go! Good dog, you're really quite bright, aren't you? Unlike a certain someone I know. Now, what do we have here? What is this? It looks like a small hot dog, but... Wait, Ranzuka, isn't that a special samurai dog? Aw. No, bad Missile! He ate it. I wonder if it's alright for him to eat that. It's just the meat something snack featuring the stale samurai. I'm sure he'll be fine. That's quite a bit of information you gathered there in a single quick glance. We should really be focusing on why there was a samurai dog in there in the first place. It looks like that snack wasn't all Missile found. Oh, and what do we have here? It appears to be a lady's undershirt. I wonder if Ambassador Alba might have an interest in cross-dressing? Somehow doubt that. It doesn't look like that shirt would even fit him. Samurai dog and a lady's undershirt. What are those two items doing in a room like this? Given the circumstances, the lady's undershirt could be only belong to one person. Suppose I should get this over with and ask the owner of the undershirt. Tempting to be right back, guys. Not gonna take too long. I'm back. And I get myself some tea. Yeah. See. Present the undershirt. Probably gonna like be off here at an hour mark. So I can get off at that time for now. Okay, let's please take a look at this brown color undershirt. No, Edgy Purr, what the meaning of this? Why did you steal that thing from my bags? All you had to do was ask. I will gladly give you as many as you like. Thanks, but no thanks. This shirt was found here at this crime scene. What? Come on, why don't you just confess and explain what's doing here? I know nothing. Nothing can I tell you. What? I admit I used that fireplace to dry that shirt. But I can't really help the fact that I had to, you know? When that pink princess tattoo was like being in a sauna. On top of that, I get fingered as a suspect? You're too cruel, Edgy Poo. Are you claiming that you never once stepped foot inside this room? Of course I am. If I'd been the one who find the body, don't you think I would be traumatized of that Scion? But true. Does have a point there. Ah, God. Well, I don't believe she's lying about her actions. So she safely assumed she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace during her break. I assume the samurai dog was also yours? That brilliant mind of yours. You really can see through everything about me. And also feeling of dread continues, but I suppose that she could ask for more details. That samurai dog was yours, wasn't it? Oh, of course, I'm forever yours, my Edgy Budgy Poo.
Hold it!
If you could just stick to what I just asked you. Edgy, are you on Mrs. Olbag? No! You really don't change, do you, when you learn how to take a joke? Anyway, the samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are all a present from the studio to the embassy. The present? The studio basically told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dolls off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all into a pushcart just to move them all. The studio guys should have delivered those things by themselves, right, Edgy? So you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions? Hey! Edgy, just don't ignore me and my question. Aren't you the stick up for me? About that, see? After the show, I went to rest to go in the dressing room. Because of my bad hip, you know. And there they were. Samurai dogs were just sitting in the dressing room floor. I suppose they had to make preparations for distributing them at the show. Well, by preparation you mean sampling them as well. Excuse me? Oh, I tried one and I thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it was silly of me to think this, but I figured since they were for a kids show, their taste was probably for kids too. But they were so good, I couldn't stop. Before I went back to my room, I just had to help myself to a dozen or so boxes. I sat there while they were on fire, warming them and eating them. I thought, this is... What is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want a box too. Don't you, my edgy boo? Well, who am I to say no to you, but I'll only give you one. There was no for me. Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess take off their mask, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers. Oh, look at that cute dog. He was a much bigger help than I thought he would be. Yes, however, there are a few aspects I don't understand about what he found. In that case, you should keep investigating until you do understand. Now, my subordinate, continue with the investigation. Okay, let's take a look. I have to, like, do this. Smoke from chimney, use fireplace. There's no trace of this room fireplace being used. And your point is? Smoke was supposed to be pouring out of the chimney connected to the fireplace. At least attorney Larry does touch the deduction of facts, is it not? Are you sure he wasn't disoriented or something up on that roof? There is a testimony from the investigator that put Larry in that particular chimney. So no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at the time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went? Oh, I know. So what you're proposing is this. The smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from Miss Oldbath's fire. So basically the fireplaces of the neighboring room share one chimney. That's what you're implying? Precisely. Okay, let's see. Take a look here. It's nut. Undershirt and then chimney connect. Oh, that's metal. The lady's undershirt that Missile found. Ah. Why are you getting all excited over holding on the lady's undergarment? Malazadrith, you uncouth sea slug. If you know the owner of said undershirt, then hurry up and return it to her already. You have it all wrong. This evidence. And the owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt? Are you seriously telling me that somehow passed through a solid brick wall? Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that two fireplaces are connected to each other. Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order. There's some nets on the back of the fireplace. See if it can get a better look at it. What the? Oh, there's like a little door there. The wall separating room fireplace from the next room fireplace. Currently turns. As I suspected, this fireplace does indeed connect this room to the neighboring room. The neighboring room. There appeared to be nothing particular about the next room, but the fact that there's nothing special about the next room isn't that what's important. We now know that the fireplace connected to the room, but how exactly that significant? You aren't going to suddenly name the old lady as the masked 2 killer now, are you? No, she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip. So she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe that this fireplace had nothing whatsoever what to do with the masked 2 murder. It would appear that the answer had made itself known. You're making straight confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on, I'm ready to counter any argument you may have. Very well then, if you're prepared. I shall show you exactly where my deductions have led me. Good, I'm counting on you, Edgy. Leave it to me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose your lie for what really is. My lie? I know that there's still something you are keeping from the rest of us. What's wrong with you? Why is it you won't believe me no matter what I say, Edgy? Curse you. I could just hurry up and die already if that's how it's gonna be. I'll confess to every murder in the whole world and then off myself. To throw everything to mass confusion. You made some wonderful friends as a child, I see. Larry, I only have one thing to say to you. Even if you take that face at me. A man who is ready to die strong-willed, no? It doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you cause. I only ask that you do not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some stupid lie, I will never forgive you. Yeah, Larry, tell the truth. Although allow me to say that I consider you to be among the innocent in this case. And that will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this. Alright, this time I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened and what didn't happen, the works. Just what happened will do. Now then, if you would just please testify on what you did up on the roof tonight. I'm able to save here. Yep. I think for now, I'll go ahead and get off a little early today. Kind of getting warm in the room, and being on too long will make a little bit too warm in here. Alright, I'll try to be back on tomorrow. If not, I'll be on the day after, whichever day I'll be on. And if you're watching this later, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already for future videos and more streams to come. See everybody later. Have a wonderful day, guys.